Hi, it's Vladimir here. I invite you to my channel about electromobility. Today again I have a trip, and this time it's a early February trip from Gdańsk, from Poland to Purkersdorf near Vienna in our 3-year-old Tesla Model 3 long range. It is my first trip here in February. Honestly, I have expected winter, but I think climate change is real, because we now have 11 degrees centigrade, which is absolutely abnormal for northern Poland for this time of the year. It should have been at least 0, yeah, but there is no snow, no frost, yeah, no sub-zero temperatures. Everything is quite strange. So instead of doing like 4 or 5 stops like in winter, despite our degradation about 8% with 114,000 kilometers mileage, we do need only 3 charging stops in order to reach our destination, in order to drive 900 kilometers. Please subscribe, please write comments, and please like this video. You will support me very much, thank you. We have used 3 chargers in Gdańsk. That's a small city, like 50 kilometers from Gdańsk, or Danzig, if you are from Germany. And yeah, we have 3 chargers. We have 3 Type 2 chargers sponsored by City Council, and we have Lidl. And Lidl has 20 kilowatt chargers, and they plan to activate them near all 3 supermarkets. Very convenient. So today we have used CCS at Lidl. Another car could use Type 2 at that time, and it was free. 1 hour session only, so you need to reactivate if you want to charge more. So we did some shopping, and we have charged from 89 to 100%. And it was like half an hour and we are done, and we need to drive. But fortunately or unfortunately, we had to do another shopping stop, because yeah, we need to buy some specific herring which was not available in Lidl. And yeah, so we visited also Biedronka, and Biedronka was on the outskirts of the city, and there were no chargers. But in the same time, Biedronka is installing PowerDot fast chargers, 120 kilowatt units, I believe made by Polish company Eco Energetyka, and we already have such first station installed in one of the grocery shops Biedronka in the Starogard, but they are not free, so we have not charged there. We have just left the car with the climate on. So the start of the trip today was 11:42. That's the time we left the parking lot of that grocery store. And yeah, we need to drive 900 kilometers, and the first stop is going to be on Autobahn Services Station MOP Główno West. It has Greenway 150 kilowatt chargers equipped with Delta charger. It's okay, but not maybe the best charging equipment possible, but still, if there are no other cars, we can get 150. That would be great. It would not be slower than Ionity, where my Tesla can top at 189 kilowatts. So now I'm using the function of sexy button of reactivation of Autopilot, but it is glitchy. So sometimes Autopilot reactivates too fast. Not working as intended, unfortunately. I hoped for better work. Maybe they will fix it in future. We shall see. And I want to do only Autobahn services stops in Poland, because it will save me quite significant time. I would not drive off-ramp and search for some chargers, despite the fact I have 3 supercharger kilometers, like 2,500 kilometers, I don't want to lose time, yeah? Because if we are going to arrive around 22, so 10 p.m., it's better for me to save time, to be less tired, and yeah, to arrive faster. That time we expect to reach this MOP Główna Greenway charger with 13% charge. That's actually very good. It's located like 260 kilometers from the start, and that's a formidable range for a 3-year-old Tesla with like up to 8% degradation. And the fact it had already small battery at start. It had 74.5 kilowatt hours battery, and now it has only 68.8, yeah, and minus 3.1 buffer, and minus some heat losses around 1 kilowatt hour. So we have like almost the same amount of energy available at 100%, like modern Tesla rear-wheel drive, and they have even lower consumption, which also tells me that if you buy a standard range Tesla now, you will get normal range. You can travel using this car quite comfortably. Okay, so now we have Volvo C40, or what is this? Is this a BMW? No, it's Volvo C40. Yeah, it's Volvo C40, and it's driving slower. I hope it will not interfere with my charging session at Greenway. So I will check if Greenway is occupied, and we can then visit Ionity instead. I wanted to drive further and don't use Ionity, because then I will stop less. We have already 30 degrees centigrade in the battery. It's not preheated or something. It's just a natural heating up of the battery when we are driving on the highway, because our engine has 57 degrees centigrade, and yeah, we just drive and we heat the battery, which is very good. Also, heat pump and octa valve are optimized for 10 degrees centigrade conditions. So these are conditions where the heat pump can heat up the cabin and the battery using the least possible amount of energy, which is also very good. So we have also left behind Audi Q4 e-tron, which is also driving somehow only 120 kilometers per hour. I think the Tesla is the best here for, if you're talking about Autobahn driving. Despite the fact that I have already old Model 3. It's not 2022 model with 79 kilowatt hours LG battery. It's not Highland with the latest improvements in air resistance of the car frame. Autopilot active now, so I can show you stats on the screen. So we have already driven 71 kilometers from end of paid Autobahn, which is now free, and 172 kilometers from reactivation of Autopilot, and 195 kilometers from our charging in Lidl. So from 100% charged, and our consumption is 228 for both. What else? We could save, of course, like 14 or almost 14.5% of the battery if we would drive slower. The wind from the west actually helped us to save almost 1%. Okay, it's fine. I'm playing with recuperation, and I'm having it at 50% now via the sexy buttons, so maybe that's why we don't have here information about recuperation. But I don't know if it makes sense on Autopilot, if it saves us energy or not. And the consumption is more or less even, 290, 224, 225. At 29% we here still have 90 kilometers of range. With such a weather, such conditions, Tesla Model 3 with the 68.8 kilowatt hours in the battery can travel up to 300 kilometers on a single charge. So we will do our first charging stop roughly 260 kilometers from the start of our trip. Yeah. See you soon. Okay, we are at MOP Główna right now. This is the Autobahn services station, very close to the Autobahn A1. It's going great. We have started with the preheated battery. It's ramping up. I expect to have 152 kilowatts maximum. We have started with the battery around 45 maybe degrees. It will be visible. So now we have 144. Everything is good. Activated using the Greenway RFID, but they have spoiled the interface. Now you need to click that you want to activate charger with RFID first, and you have 2 clicks. So we need to wait. We already passed the maximum speed. I have seen like 150 kilowatts here. We did our things. Nothing more to do here actually. There is no shop, fuel station, no possibility to buy coffee, but the charger is located very convenient near the Autobahn, and it delivers. That's the most important, because we have all the drinks and food with us. That's okay. Like the Volkswagen diesel drivers, we can eat and drive, and we don't need to visit anything. So in maybe 10 minutes we will go, and we can already state that the battery planner was over pessimistic. So we have now 58 degrees in centigrade in the battery, 57, 58. We hear heat pump, which is cooling the battery now. This time is to reach the limit of the charging. I will set it up to 90% now, because we don't need to charge to 100% anymore. Everything is good. So 259 kilometers driven since start of the trip from Lidl, slightly less from the Biedronka. We are driving like 2 hours 30 minutes by now. I'll wait a bit and we go. So I need to build some buffer, like 10% more, so we can reach comfortably the Dobyszowice West Autobahn services station. Battery planner says that trip plan is already not up to date. We can have faster trip, but it's a tendency of a battery planner. It always wants to do more stops. It promises like 3 stops, but then you know what, we can do faster. And yeah, I just ignore it. I know that battery planner was over pessimistic about what this charger can deliver. It expected 70 kilowatts, but we have received 150. And alternatives which for sure he will offer us is to visit this Port Radomska. A lot of chargers here along the A1 Autobahn, but if you want to focus on the charging hub with the most charging stations, that's a Port Radomska located here. So here you will find 6 Ionity stations. Here it's outdated, not here, but here you will find the same charger as we have here, Delta station of Greenway on the fuel station of Moja. It's not conveniently located, so ICE cars will tend to block it, not intentionally. They will just make it hard to park near the station, because they will park here, 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 and then you cannot use both connectors of the charging station. Here you will have Shell fuel station and also Shell recharge. All of this you can activate using Greenway card, which is very convenient, and I have used Greenway card just now. So 232 was our consumption since start for this fragment of the trip. Everything is good. Okay, actually from 7 to 80% we have reached in 31 minutes. That's very good. That's faster than measured, because for LG battery you will find like 32 minutes till 80% from 10. But with the sexy buttons we can cut some minutes, yeah? So very good, I'm happy. Okay, so Tesla believes we can reach our next stop. 38 minutes and we go. Hi everyone, so we spent like 38 minutes charging from 7 to 86% or 87%. that's quite okay, assuming I have older LG battery. That's 74.5 E5D battery, which is known to be charging significantly slower than Panasonic. But the difference is not that high. It's, it's always beneficial, instead of going to faster charging, which is located earlier and farther from the road. It's better to go on slightly slower charger, which is located right on Autobahn service station, which you will reach with the lowest possible or comfortable for you level of charge. Then you optimizing your route. You're not spending the time to driving around in order to reach a charger located slightly far from the main road, and you will also ride a high power wave longer. If you make a stop earlier on the faster charging, like Unity near Kutno, I would have to stay there more in order to reach higher state of charge, to drive more than 200 kilometers to that MOP, the Piszowice or so. So I hope I'm doing good. Also, a better route planner was actually too pessimistic about the charging speed of Greenway chargers. Okay, we have a police here. Okay. Now the active cooling has stopped. Battery has cooled down to below 42 degrees centigrade, which means we don't spend energy for this. Now we use only heat from the battery to heat the cabin via the octavalve and heat pump, etc. So now it's about 35 degrees centigrade in the battery. We will ride on this way, on this heat wave for quite some time, until we hit 26 degrees centigrade or so, equilibrium, when the heat produced by the rotors, the rear motor to be exact, would keep the battery warmish, like 30 degrees, 26 degrees, and also provide heat for the cabin. And due to the fact that we are not spending any more energy for cooling the battery, for active cooling, we are now expecting to reach our next charger, which is located roughly 200 kilometers from the previous one, MOP the Piszowice. We expect to reach it with 6% charge, which is good. The road is quite crowded. I see a lot of cars. Some are driving faster, some are slower. So we wait for this 3-lane segment of the road so we can drive calmly. We have to change lanes all the time. We have to decrease the speed because we cannot jump over the cars, We have a lot of left lane huggers. So the guy is willing to go slightly more than 140, but in front of him there are 2 cars which are driving constantly slower. So now we are driving 107. Yeah. And also we are saving charge. So the weather is awful. Wind is strong and gusty, and we have rain, rain is bad. It's now 12 degrees centigrade. But as I said, rain will increase our consumption and it will spoil our gains due to the higher temperature. Okay, so we are driving. We are now entering the area of slightly stronger rain, so visibility is becoming worse because we have more cars on the road. They all produce some fog. Maybe we should do this because auto wipers are somehow too slow. In 47 minutes and 88 kilometers we expect to come to our second charger for today, Autobahn service station Dobierzowice West. As planned, we are not stopping earlier 10 degrees centigrade outside, 27, 28 in the battery, and climate on 19.5. I feel comfortably here. About our stats, what do we have? Consumption is of course higher now, 225 due to the rain. Also the wind from the west now slows us down, which you can see here. Yeah, we have lost almost 4% of the battery basically due to the wind. I'm showing you consumption and I need to let cars pass now. Yeah. Okay, see you on the charger. Okay, this is Mod do Bieszowice. We use second of 1-3 connectors on these stations. These are Delta chargers. They tend to have problems, and so we are ramping up. Battery is preheated to 42, 43 degrees centigrade, even 45 already. That's good. And we are starting. Yeah, 137. And 137 to the battery. That's a win. Unfortunately, we have to go there to the toilet. And it's raining. What to do? We are charging. It's maximum speed 137 for my car. This charger. It's like 375 amperes maximum current here. Battery was heated enough. We already have driven 463 kilometers. Higher consumption, as I told you, 255, 200, almost 260, so 250. Anyway, it's slightly lower than I used to have. I don't know why. I even don't have aero cups today, you know, that's strange. Rain and wind took 7% penalty. Also higher speed took 15%, almost 16, and climate control, etc. 1.8. Maybe rain is here, tire drag, and battery conditioning. But here we have 2.4%. Okay, charging. 30 minutes. We just need to go to Olomouc. We will have also a charge here, and this should be enough to arrive to the Burkersdorf. So what Delta charger is saying us? We are already charging 14 minutes. We have achieved 46% charged, and charging power is already below the maximum. Is 108 now and decreasing. When it hits 50%, it will fall below 100. And I think 15 minutes more and we go. We are roughly 15 minutes faster on each charging stop versus the prediction of a better planner, which is good. So 53%, and we have just enough charge to arrive to the next charger. It's supercharger Olomouc V2 supercharger. And why is that? 53% is sufficient, 50% is sufficient to reach Olomouc, just because the roads in Czechia are slightly slower. The speed limit is lower, it's 130. There would be some also limitations in Ostrava. And to remember, we arrived here using 80% from the previous charger. We have driven like 204 kilometers, so 190 should be fine. I will verify this with a better planner, and off we go. And here's the temperature, 58. Good. Better planner suggested we need to charge at least to 75% because Tesla was over optimistic. So yeah, it's always better to be careful than sorry. So I did charged a bit more. So we unplug now and go, and yeah, we need just one stop to reach our destination. Very good. Okay, so we are already driving. It's 4:36 p.m. So we have finished our charging at Mod do Bieszowice and left the charger with like 78% charge. So we did it conservatively, and both Tesla and a better planner now assume we are fine to go with only one more charging stop. Tesla thinks we need to charge only 20 minutes at Olomouc, but a better planner is a bit more conservative. We will see who is right and who is wrong. In reality, we have been charging 32 minutes instead of 1 hour 10 minutes at the Greenway do Bieszowice. So it's more than half an hour faster than predicted. I knew this charging station delivers the power, and somehow a better planner assumes it only delivers half of claimed power. That's why 1 hour 10 minutes. I don't believe that even charging at 75 or 70 kilowatts would require 1 hour 10 minutes to charge from, I don't know, 5-6% to 75 or 78. Something is not right. Okay, so how it's going? It's already 5:31 p.m. We are driving in Czechia, already past Ostrava. Now we are heading to Olomouc. It's just 30 minutes and we will charge one last time. Also, I hope we will eat something more because we are out of our supplies. Temperature outside is decreasing. It's 8 degrees centigrade now. Inside I have the same settings of the climate. 32 degrees in the battery, and it will stay like that because we are driving steady fast. Tesla recalculated after we have driven some time, and it was a good decision to charge a bit more, as requested by a better route planner. Almost always pays off. Yeah, only rarely I have overcharged, and 247 watts-hour per kilometer since our charge. We have already driven 137 kilometers in 1 hour 3 minutes, so average speed is more than 135 kilometers per hour, which is good despite some limitations on the road. 600 kilometers already driven, which is good. Okay, we are spending more than predicted again because we are driving with a good speed, less on climate as always in this car with a heat pump. 3% penalty due to the wind. Good. Consumption at 10, 25 and 50. You see that 70, 66, 73 kilometers we can still drive, and we still need to drive 52, so everything is good. We have some buffer. See you on the charger then. Okay, we are at Olomouc. I have used the last stall, number 4A. I had preheated the battery additionally to 45 degrees centigrade, because Tesla has started to cool it down. So now we are getting 135 and Tesla is heating it up, and we are getting only 128 to the battery. Yeah, but okay. I have heated it to 45 degrees centigrade. I hope it will get hot enough. I think 48 is the cutoff for preheating, so it will stop preheating soon. Yeah, 45 minutes. Okay, I have ate some borscht from Czechia in the fuel station, and here we go. We can drive now. It's enough charge to complete the trip. Once more again, that's our consumption, that's our stats. 654 kilometers. Hi everyone, we are already driving in direction of Brno. We made our last charging stop at Olomouc, and what? I have ate some borscht. It wasn't a Ukrainian borscht, but some Czech borscht. Anyway, I was happy to eat something after a drive for more than 6 hours. It was great. I have stopped charging at 90% because I had the limit set for 90, and Tesla was assuming it's okay. Maybe Tesla would like to have 92 or whatever, but I had a limit. Better planner suggested to stop charging at 86%. So, but when I started to drive, both Tesla and a better planner said that I will arrive to the destination at Purkersdorf with just 5-6% charge. It was less than I expected because there are no good chargers now in Purkersdorf. There was OEBB charger, it is still there, but the prices are now too high. Only to start charging you have to pay more than €2 just for the start, and then you have a price per kilowatt which is also not interesting at all. So that's more expensive than supercharger, and also supercharger doesn't want you to pay activation fee. But due to the fact that between Olomouc and Brno there are some speed limits, 110-100 kilometers per hour, so thanks to that my buffer is getting better and better with each driven kilometer. So now, instead of 5 or 6%, I expect to arrive to Purkersdorf with 21%, which is great. Still have to drive 163 kilometers. It will take me more than 2 hours. After each charging stop, I expect to have better and better time of arrival. When I have started my trip today's afternoon, a better planner expected me to arrive at 22:26 or 22:22, quite late. But now it's like I'm going to arrive at 21:26, so it's 9:26 p.m., which is 1 hour earlier than initially predicted. And okay, 2 charges at Greenway were faster than a better planner expected, thanks to bad prediction of a better planner and thanks to the preheating of the battery due to the sexy buttons. But the charging at supercharger in Olomouc was slower than expected, because a better planner expects supercharger to deliver 150 kilowatts, while this old supercharger cannot deliver such power. It's only capable of 135, and only if you use last 4 stalls. Weather is good here, it's getting warmer, and there is no rain, which is great. Together with the slower speed and better weather, we have a greater range. So that's a final segment of the trip. Still need to go 61 kilometers. It's 8:23 p.m. now, 10 degrees centigrade outside. We are driving in Austria, already like 30 something kilometers to Vienna, and we're driving through Vienna to Purkersdorf. 27 degrees in the battery, 10 outside, 19.5 or more inside. It's even slightly hot for me. We have driven so far 174 kilometers since our last charge in Olomouc. We left it in 1 hour 38 minutes ago. Average consumption 203 watt-hours per kilometer, so it's now considerably lower than it was, not 250. Average consumption also goes down, it's now 238, and we have driven since the start of the trip roughly 830 kilometers. That's good. Still need to drive 58 kilometers, 52 minutes. We are going to arrive with like 19% or 12% if we want to believe a better planner. So what about the stats? Also, we are saving energy on this segment of the trip because of speed limits. Due to the road works in Czechia, much better weather, no rain, much calmer wind. It's 11, not 20 kilometers per hour, so twice slower wind. So everything is good. Our consumption 290, 227, 233, so we can still drive like 100 kilometers, and in reality we need to drive 56, 55, so we have some healthy buffer. And that's it for today. Please wait till the end, I will have some summary of the trip, time of arrival, costs of the trip. You can already calculate them yourself. Please sum up cost of 2 Greenway chargers, and the Tesla supercharger was free thanks to my referral code users. Also, if you want to get a Tesla, you can use my referral code. You will support my channel. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and write comments. Let's discuss it. Any new Tesla, even Model Y with a smaller battery, will perform not worse than my car, which is 3 years old. There's already smaller battery, higher consumption. Good. So see you later. Bye. So arrival time 9:14 p.m. It's only 885 kilometers since our start at Biedronka, so not that far. You see, consumption on the last 3 leg was quite low. The overall trip time was 9 hours 32 minutes, which is significantly lower, sometimes even 2 hours shorter than we did in some of our summer trips.
So we have 7 hours 44 minutes for driving and 1 hour 54 minutes for charging. And actually it wasn't much longer than the Google navigation predicted. Cost of charging, including 11 kilowatt hours charged at home, 285 Polish zlotych or 66 euros or 71 US dollars. Okay, cost of 100 kilometers driven, $8 or 742 euros. Comparison to, petrol car Kia Ceed, it's much more expensive. $14 for petrol or almost 13 euros for 100 kilometers. So yeah, still less expensive than my wife's car. Thank you very much for watching. Sign and subscribe. See you later. Bye.